All right, welcome to part two. Welcome to part two of the consumer choice theory videos. The first part is the budget constraint video. Now I'm into the utility curves or indifference curves part of the chapter. And I'm going to start off with something that you have seen before. And I'll try to act like I haven't already said this to you. That's mostly because I want to be able to reuse this video. Utility is where I want to begin to get a feel for indifference or utility curves. Utility is the satisfaction that we get from a good or service. Right? It's not quite joy. It's a little bit more than just gratification, but we buy stuff because we like stuff. So utility is some kind of abstract measure of how much we like the stuff or what we get from it. So the next thing that we need to think about is diminishing marginal utility, which hopefully sounds familiar already. Diminishing marginal utility. So I'm going to go through my whole lemonade thing again. When my wife and I were dating, she lived up just north of Boston, and we dated for a year before she moved down, and then we got engaged after she moved down. Long distance. We corresponded or talked on the phone every day through that year, and then we could get together once a month or so. One of us would fly to where the other one was. Um, we could find cheap flights. It worked out fine. But as things progressed, we got to the stage in the relationship when she first, I think it was when she was already down here. I'm not sure. She might have been thinking about coming down here. But when things were getting serious, it was time for us to have our parents meet each other. And so this was a pretty stressful thing. Um, it is a stressful thing to go through, and and I like lemonade. And so we were gonna have. She was gonna bring her mom up from the city, from Baltimore, and I was bringing my parents down from over to Delaware. So we decided to meet at the Avenue at White Marsh at some restaurant, which I could wish I could remember the name of, but I don't. And I was stressed, and I like lemonade, and it was also I don't remember if it was spring or fall, but it was unseasonably warm, and I was dressed for colder weather than it turned out to be that day. So I was also hot. And there's also this tendency whenever you're talking to people, especially people maybe that you're not totally comfortable with, to want to have, I've already finished mine, so I would have to do it with an empty glass, but you want to have your your beverage there. It's like a safety net. You want to have something to drink all the time. See, I'm out, so I'm nervous, but it's like I say, you just have to have this drink. If you watch people in social settings, they always have a drink, and they're drinking, and they're not drinking because they're thirsty. They're doing it because they don't know what to do. Like I feel making these videos like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. So they have to have something in their hands, so they're drinking, and I'm the same way, or although I figured it out. So I'm hot, nervous. I want to have something in my hands, so I'm going to be drinking just for the sake of it. And I like lemonade. And we had to wait a while to get into the restaurant. We got into the restaurant. The service was very good. And we sat down. I ordered the lemonade, and it was a male server, and he was on top of things. He brought me the lemonade. And given all the circumstances, I picked up that lemonade, and I just housed that first lemonade. So now we can draw a picture. So here's my utility, or the satisfaction from glasses of lemonade. call it Q down there for the quantity, but it's lemonade. This glass is a lemonade. Before I had any, before I had any lemonade at all, I had no satisfaction from lemonade, right? And whatever this number scale of Udals is, it really doesn't matter. Because when I had that first glass of lemonade, you know how when you're thirsty, maybe your thing's not lemonade, maybe it is, but when you're thirsty and you want it bad, um, you're just also, again, you're like Will Ferrell, but in a different movie, and old school. It's so good when it hits my lips. That first glass of something, it's just so good. The satisfaction we get from it is a huge jump, right? It's wonderful. And then, since we like it, when a second glass comes, we'll drink it too. And I sure did, because the server was very good. As I said, the service was good. So I set down that first glass, which I liked so very much. And as soon as I had that thing down, boom, he was there with another one. And I drank it too. Now, I drank it and I enjoyed it, but the jump, the first, however big this jump is from here to here, the second one brought me greater total utility, but the marginal utility of the second one, the jump wasn't as big as it was for the first one. That's how things work. And so if I connect that dot, I must belong there. And this is what happened after that. I set that glass down, the server was good, and next thing you know, there's a third glass of lemonade there. So I sure drank it too. But at this point, I'm really not about the quenching of the thirst. I'm about the just drinking it because it's in front of me phase, right? So it's raising my utility. I might be missing the mark a little bit, but okay, maybe I need to stretch these out some. It's raising the utility, but it's just not like, it's not like it was. And I've mentioned this in the past because even if people were to drop the class at the beginning of the semester and stuff like that, I always figured being aware of diminishing marginal returns is an important thing. So this is probably very familiar, and that's the nice thing about a video is you probably already have. You can zip right past this, it's fine. But if not, there you go. Because this is everywhere. This diminishing marginal returns to something is everywhere. The specific case is diminishing marginal utility, and we're talking about consumer choice theory, looking at how we make decisions across goods. So it's going to tie in. This is going to tie in directly to chapter 20. Now, or at least whichever book we're using is the consumer choice theory. Now, the fourth glass of lemonade actually came to the table because the guy was good. And I drank that fourth glass of lemonade. Now, at that point, I'm really just going through the motions, and I'm getting some offsetting things, like I'm having to pee because I'm just drinking lemonade like crazy. And so at that point, a rational person would have stopped, because a rational person is not going to do something with complete information that is self-destructive. But he